So far in the 2019 Algolympics, there have been a few events that have been featured for the very first time. Even though today's event can be considered one of the classics, it too has undergone several changes from its 2018 version. This is Professor CC19, and welcome to Event 9 of the 2019 Summer Marble Algolympics, the relay race. And there are a few things that need to be noted before we actually get underway with racing in Event number 9. And the number one thing is the new mechanism. How exactly has this event been changed since 2018? The first part of the new mechanism is this timer contraption that's set above the first leg runners for each team. And the second part of the new mechanism are these rectangular black blocks in place of where the teleporters used to be at the finish line at the bottom of the third leg runners. And this is how the new mechanism will work. This timer is set for exactly 10 seconds. So when the play button is hit, it will be 10 seconds until this red block is destroyed. When that red block disappears, the marbles will be released in leg 1. Then it will work the same as last year. They'll trigger leg 2, they'll trigger leg 3. The top 3 marbles for each team will be running. That means their first 3 in the lineup, with one exception. I will mention that in a minute. But instead of being teleported to the finish at the final leg, the final runners will just touch this black block, which is at the finish line, and it will display the number of seconds that each team has taken to reach the finish line. We have to subtract 10 from that for the starting gate, 10 seconds, but that will be the time. The top 2 times out of each group will advance through to the next the next round. But the bottom 2 will not go to any consolation races. So there's not going to be semifinals, 3rd place, or 4th place consolation races here. All the bottom half spots in each round will be based on time. Now that's the first thing. I did mention just a moment ago that there is an exception to the runners in the team. All the teams except Black Knights are running their top 3 in the lineup. Now, Black Knights is the sole exception because, if you'll recall, in our 8th event, BMX Cycling, Black Knights finished last place because they were not able to finish the course. And that was because their bike became high-centered, got stuck midway through the Plinko cage on the cycling course. And during that incident, one of the members of the Black Knights, one of the front axle marbles, their second in the lineup, Shadow, suffered a mild neck injury. So the other 3 runners, Dark, Gloomy, and Shade, so 1st, 3rd, and 4th in the lineup, will be running for the Black Knights today, as Shadow takes a bit of a rest to recover for performances in the next event. With that said, we will be ready to begin this course in just a moment. We just need to mention who is actually running in quarterfinal Heat A. We have Minter Greens, Azure Royals, Black Knights, and Yellow Fellas. Now I'm going to hit the play button, and it's going to begin the process of this timer counting down. Now 10 seconds in Algodo is not going to exactly correspond to 10 seconds in this video. This is a computer program, it runs a little bit slower, but it will correspond to exactly 10 seconds on those time blocks. So this is going to be a fair measure. And with that, all 4 teams are beginning the race. Looks like Yellow Fellas having a great start here. Azure Royals and Minter Greens very close to one another, beginning that second leg, while Dark of the Black Knights is last to get going. Yellowfell is doing very well. They're already beginning their 3rd leg, as the others are just now going through the gap. Minter Greens, Azure Royals, and Black Knights. This is going to be quite a battle. All 3 of these teams beginning that final leg at about the same time. Question is, who can run it the best? Black Knights. And their back marble, who is running the 3rd leg, that would be Shade. Their back marble is running very well. In fact, they've almost caught up to Yellowfellas. Looks like Yellowfellas are going to advance, and Black Knights are going with them. Minter Greens have also slowed up, allowing Azure Royals to catch up, but it's not going to be enough. Alright, so Azure Royals are out. That is a big surprise. Our championship leaders are going to come in 4th place in this matchup. Minter Greens also not being able to advance. Not a big surprise there. A little bit surprising that they were able to beat Azure Royals' time. As you can see here, 46.11, 45.88, Those are the 2 times that did not advance. The 2 times that did, Yellowfellas 41-8-3 and 42-5-8 for the Black Knights. We will be seeing the 2 of them in the semifinals. The bottom spots are based off of time, so we know that Minterines will score slightly higher than Azure Royals. This is the first mistake we've seen from Azure Royals in a while. It might cost them the lead based on who else can advance. It's time to move to quarterfinal Heat B. Alright, our second group of 4 is now in the starting gates. Strawberry Streamers, O-Raiders, Grayscales, and Crimson Crusaders. And in those 2 center lanes, we really have polar opposites. They started in the same heat last year also, but Grayscales went on to finish first in the relay race 2018, while O-Raiders really struggled and wound up finishing in last. But a lot can change in 1 year. It's time to find out what exactly has changed, if O-Raiders have learned from their mistakes, or if Grayscales can be just as dominant. Everybody is beginning in Match B in 2019. Once again, Grayscales being the first ones out of the first leg, and O-Raiders stuck back behind. I think the most interesting battle here might be between Crimson Crusaders and Strawberry Streamers, as it appears that those 2 teams right now are closest to one another. But actually, Grayscales struggling also. This might be a 3-way battle. Strawberry Streamers just a slight bit behind, as Crimson Crusaders and Grayscales are in lockstep. O-Raiders still running behind. I don't think O-Raiders have much of a chance of advancing here, but now all of a sudden Crimson Crusaders have slowed up, and they have allowed Strawberry Streamers to make up a lot of ground. This is definitely going to be a 3-way battle. It's all going to be based on who slows up. As these 3 are very close to one another, I think Grayscales might advance, but all of a sudden they're slowing up. Crimson Crusaders pulling ahead, Strawberry Streamers in second, and at this point, neither of those 2 middle teams are going to advance, and neither of them will. It's going to be Crimson Crusaders and Strawberry Streamers. What a surprise here. Our gold medalists in this event last year cannot pull through. We have one team who's running with 3 members of their team in unusual positions because of an injured member, and they were able to advance, of course, Black Knights in Heat A. And now, all of a sudden, we have Strawberry Streamers advancing also, another surprise. The biggest surprise here, Grayscales are out. Let's take a quick look at the times. Looks like Crimson Crusaders were the winners, 44.21. Strawberry Streamers with a 45.41, close behind. Grayscales 45.7. And O-Raiders with the slowest time so far, a 48.35. Alright, some shocking results from this matchup, but now it's time to move on to quarterfinal C. And what a matchup we have here in Group C. We have the 2 rookie teams running in the same heat, Gold Globes and Mystic Twisters, and we have the rivalry. Fireballs and Icers running once again in the same heat. They love the chances they get to face off against one another, and this really could go either way. Fireballs have more points, but Icers have a higher medal. And this is also the first time we're seeing 2 veterans versus 2 rookies in an event of this style. Looks like Mystic Twisters, winners of gold in BMX cycling, are first out of leg 1. Fireballs close behind, then Icers. Gold Globes running a little bit behind. And Mystic Twisters and Fireballs still keeping it close, but Icers has made up a little bit more ground. At this point, I think Gold Globes is going to be eliminated, but we have a 3-way race once again. Mystic Twisters and Fireballs leading slightly over the Icers. But if either one of those teams slows up, Icers could make up the difference in a heartbeat. And at this point, it doesn't look like either is going to. So the difference is going to stay where it is. Icers doing quite well. Even for a team that's not advancing, 42.41 is an excellent time. Gold Globes with a 46.31, the slowest, but Mystic Twisters with the best time so far today, 40.38. The gold medalists in our last event are advancing through to the semifinals here, and the rivalry is intense, but by a margin of 1.3 seconds, Fireballs with a 41.11 beat out Icers with a 42.41. So Mystic Twisters and Fireballs are advancing through to the next round. This is one of my favorite matchups I've ever seen in the Algolympics, and it proved to be a great race. We have 4 more teams to run in round 1. We're moving to quarterfinal D. Alright, the final 4 teams of round 1 are in the starting gates. Ultraviolets, Team Transparent, Jack's Jokers, and Team Neon. Team Neon, coming off a silver in our last event, they sit in second in the overall standings, trailing Azure Royals by 13. But with Azure Royals not advancing, that opens a huge window of opportunity for a lot of the top half teams, such as Team Neon, to make up ground on the leaders. Looks like a pretty even start so far. Everybody out of the starting gates well. Looks like Ultraviolets are going to be the first team to finish leg 1, closely followed by Team Neon. Jack's Jokers through third. Team Transparent right now in last place. We'll see what T-Yellow can do. And T-Yellow can do a lot, diving right through the hole and handing the lead to T-Green. Team Neon also close behind, but Team Neon slowing up. From last to first, T-Green is in a very good position to advance. And it looks like a lot of these teams struggling with leg number 3, more so than in the first 3 heats. Team Transparent has slowed up. That means Team Neon is catching up. Ultraviolets and Jack's Jokers both have also slowed up, running these very slight inclines. Either way, Team Transparent and Team Neon are going to advance. Ultraviolets are going to miss out in third. And Jack's Jokers, it looks like 48.75. That is the slowest time we've seen. That means they're going to come in last place for the second time this year. And actually, the second time in 3 events, Jack's Jokers finished last in Plinko. And I do believe that 48.75 is the slowest time we've seen. O'Raiders 48.35 was the slowest up until this race. So that means Jack's Jokers are coming in last. O'Raiders are going to do better than last year. They will get 1 point in the 2019 relay race. In the meantime, the times of those that did advance was not spectacular, 43.91 and 44.23, but still pretty impressive of T-Yellow. Definitely the fastest we've seen of any of these marbles through a leg in this event. That leads to Team Transparent winning Heat D, or Heat number 4, and Team Neon advancing in second. The time of 47.18 Ultraviolets, that's also fairly slow. We'll have to see, by the time we get to the end of this event, we will know the final positions based on time. But as of right now, we need to get to the semifinals. Heat A, we have 8 teams remaining, and it's time to get to the first set of 4. Alright, our first 4 teams of round 2 are in the starting gates for semifinal A. Team Neon right back in the starting gates after coming in second in our last race to advance to this point, along with Yellowfellas, Strawberry Streamers, and Mystic Twisters. Mystic Twisters had the best time in round 1, beating out Gold Globes to be the only rookie team to advance. Fireballs also beating out rival Icers. We'll see them in Heat B. Alright, the gate is released. 4 of the 8 remaining teams are beginning in the semifinals. And out of those 4 teams, Team Neon definitely the fastest. Brilliant through leg 1, Strawberry Streamers running second, then Yellowfellas. Both of them getting some pretty good bounces as Team Neon still stuck in the second leg. Definitely slower than their first leg. Mystic Twisters just now beginning it, they are falling further and further behind. But I think this is going to be a 3-way battle. Team Neon, Yellowfellas, now Team Neon slowing up considerably, and Yellowfellas cruising by so much, Strawberry Streamers is also cruising by. Strawberry Streamers looking to advance to the final in this event 2 years in a row. That would be huge for them. And also huge for Yellowfellas, sitting in 15th place, looking at their possible first medal of 2019, and they have a 3 out of 4 chance of getting it. A brilliant time by Yellowfellas, 40.23. Strawberry Streamers also quite speedy, 41.66. Neon is out after a brilliant first leg. The other 2 legs just got slower and slower, 43.61, not a bad time, but they are still out. And Mystic Twisters, after having the fastest time in the first round, they're going to come in last in semifinal A, 46.05. Not a horrible time. We'll have to see what happens with the teams in semifinal B. But right now, Team Neon would be in 5th place. Regardless, Yellowfellas and Strawberry Streamers are the 2 that have advanced through to the final in the relay race. Now it's time to move to semifinal B with the other teams that have advanced: Black Knights, Team Transparent, Fireballs, and Crimson Crusaders. And those 4 teams I just mentioned are back in the starting gates now for semifinal B.
All of them are higher up than Yellowfellas and Strawberry Streamers in the order. Two of them will face off against those other two teams in the final in a battle for the gold. Now, with Azure Royals and Team Neon having no chance of being in the final, that means that one of these teams could take the lead if they earn gold in this event. All right, Black Knights, of course, running with concerns about Shadow, an injury after the last event, but running their back marble on the final leg actually proved to be a good decision to advance to this point. Shade had an impeccable run through that slalom on the final leg in round 1. We'll see if he can do it again. Right now, Black Knights and Team Transparent neck and neck for that second spot, but really this is close all around. Fireballs have a lead, but it is slight. Then Crimson Crusaders, they're in last, but they don't have much ground to make up either. I think the most interesting battle will be between Team Transparent and Black Knights. T Green versus Shade. Who can be the speedier marble here in the semifinals? Right now, it looks like Shade by just a hair, but now T Green trying to take it back. It's going to come down to time. Who is going to get it? It's Black Knights, I think, 42.06 to 42.2. Black Knights are just barely going to advance. Shade just able to hold on over T Green, but Team Transparent is going to get 5th. Both Team Transparent and Crimson Crusaders finishing this course in less time than it took Team Neon in semifinal A. Also, a quick time for Fireballs, 49.3. They are the winners in this match. I kind of ignored them because of the exciting battle for second, but even with an injured member, running the other 3 team members, giving Shadow a rest, is definitely proving to be maybe a blessing in disguise, I don't know, for the Black Knights. They are through to the final along with Fireballs. Team Transparent is going to get 5th, Crimson Crusaders 6th, Team Neon 7th, and Mystic Twisters 8th. But I think this is going to be an excellent battle. Fireballs, Black Knights, Yellowfellas, and Strawberry Streamers, who will get gold in the Relay Race 2019?
Alright, it all comes down to this. The Relay Race Final. Black Knights, Strawberry Streamers, Fireballs, and Yellowfellas. In an event that is centered around both speed and teamwork, Black Knights have proved to be an excellent example of that, working from a difficult situation to advance all the way through to the final. Yellowfellas, a surprise team to make it here. They're looking for their first medal of 2019, and Strawberry Streamers and Fireballs are here for the second year in a row. Alright, everybody, beginning the first leg. In about 35 seconds, we'll know who will have gold in Event 9 2019. Strawberry Streamers and Black Knights are close beginning that second leg. I apologize for having to zoom out there. It froze up for a sec. But we'll see here. Everybody is still pretty close in that second leg. Yellowfellas falling a little bit behind, but now catching up. It looks like it might be a 3 or even 4-way battle. Yellowfellas are starting to fall further and further behind. In fact, everybody's struggling with that second row. And Strawberry Streamers has fallen all the way to 3rd. Fireballs, they got silver in this event last year. Right now, they're looking for a gold. Their first gold of 2019. Black Knights close behind in 2nd place, but Strawberry Streamers right behind them. And rounding the final turn, it's going to be Fireballs. Black Knights holding on for silver, Strawberry Streamers bronze, and Yellowfellas, they cannot claim their first medal, but still well done for earning 12 points. Fireballs, 42.96 is enough to get them gold. Black Knights, 44.2, an excellent effort for them to make it all the way through to this point. Strawberry Streamers, 45.96, and then Yellowfellas, 47.36 for 4th place. Alright, we can turn now to the overall standings from this event, and we'll factor in the points. Fireballs are going to jump up all the way to 2nd in the overall standings with this gold. Azure Royals are going to keep their lead, however. But this is also going to be very good for teams like Strawberry Streamers and Yellowfellas in the bottom half. I think they're both going to rise at least 2 spots. And here are the results from event number 9. Last year's champions, Fireballs, on the top step of the podium for the first time in 2019, claiming their 2nd gold as a team. Black Knights claiming their third medal this year, doing much better than last year, 20 points for another silver, and Strawberry Streamers very happy to get back on the podium with a bronze. Now, a few moments ago, I said that Strawberry Streamers and Yellowfellas in positions 3 and 4, 15 and 12 points, I expected both of them to go up at least 2 spots. Now, I may be a little bit mistaken there, overestimating what that number of points can do, but I can tell you that both of those teams have gone up at least 1 spot. In the meantime, of those teams that advanced to the semifinals, but not quite through to the final, Team Transparent and Crimson Crusaders in semifinal B had quicker times, 11 points and 10. Team Neon and Mystic Twisters in 7th and 8th, 9 and 8 points respectively. And then for the times of the teams that did not advance out of the first round, Icers, the rivals of the Fireballs, just missed out a great time which would have been able to advance in any other heat, but it wasn't in that matchup in round 1. They get 9th and 7 points. Grayscale's 10th, surprising since they won this event last year, 6 points. Mintergreens once again in the bottom half. Azure Royals in 12th, surprising that they are in the bottom half. They haven't been in that position since event number 3. Gold Globes, once again, always either in the top 4 or the bottom 4, 13th, 3 points. Then we have Ultraviolets, O-Raiders, and Jack's Jokers with the 3 worst times. And for the second time in just 3 events, Jack's Jokers getting 0 points, coming in last place. It's time to take a look at the overall standings and what exactly has changed after the relay race. Alright, here are the overall standings after Event 9, and Azure Royals still maintaining their lead at the top with 98 points and 1 gold, but after the last event their lead was 13 points over Team Neon. And now with Fireballs earning a gold medal here, the lead has been cut to just 1 point. Fireballs at 97, giving a lot of pressure to the team that finished 3rd last year. Of course, right at the end last year, Fireballs were able to surpass Azure Royals to take the win. So it's almost deja vu here. Azure Royals are starting to get very uncomfortable. Black Knights at 90. They have jumped up several spots with a silver, tied with Team Neon, just fewer medals for Team Neon. They sit in 4th. And then we have teams that are very close to one another. 86 for Crimson Crusaders, 85 for Team Transparent, 83 for Gold Globes, 82 for Grayscale, still in the top half. Mystic Twisters and O-Raiders, 9th and 10th. The gold medal overruling all the lesser colors of the O-Raiders. They are tied at 81. And then Ultraviolet slipping several spots with 2 poor performances in a row. They're down to 11th with 79. Strawberry Streamers did jump 1 spot. They're up to 72 in 12th. Jack's Jokers falling 1 spot down to 13th with 64. Yellowfellas up, surpassing Icers. They have 62. Icers, even with a gold, still at 58. And Mintergreens staying in that bottom spot. They have been there for several events. Since event number 3, Mintergreens have sunk to the bottom and stayed there. They are now at 35. So Azure Royals and Fireballs, we might see a repeat battle from last year carrying over into this year. It would be excellent to see, but a lot of other teams have a say in this. Several other teams, especially Black Knights and Team Neon, are within striking distance of that top spot. Alright, that is it for event number 9. If you want to see the rest of the Algolympics, including the next event, number 10, the Classic Race, which is coming very soon, please subscribe. If you have any thoughts or comments that you want to leave, cheering on your favorite team, what you think of this event, or predicting who you think is going to win, leave your comments below. I love reading them. Once again, tune into event number 10, which is the Classic Marble Race. And as always, thank you so much for watching.